Hey everyone, welcome back. We are officially on day 14 of our Agentic Engineering Explainer. And wow, we have covered a lot of ground so far. We've spent a ton of time digging into the raw mechanics of agentic systems, right? But today is special. We are diving straight into LangGraph. We're finally going to see exactly how all of those theoretical pieces just seamlessly snap together.
So, let me ask you, are you ready to actually build a multi-step workflow agent? Because that's exactly what we're doing. We're making that massive leap from foundational theory to our ultimate goal for today. It's not just about understanding what an agent is in the abstract anymore. It's about engineering one that can actually navigate multiple steps, reason through a complex workflow, and literally get things done. It's going to be a blast.
Okay, here's our quick roadmap for today. We'll start with where we are in day 14. Then we'll move into exploring LangGraph itself. After that, we'll break down the 3 core pillars you need to know. And finally, wrap it all up with the project, building that multi-step agent.
All right, diving right into Section 1, Agentic Engineering, Day 14.
Reaching this critical threshold, day 14, really means we're officially transitioning from all those theoretical concepts straight into practical application. We are taking every single tool we've meticulously gathered over the past 2 weeks, and we're finally starting to orchestrate them. Honestly, it's exactly like the difference between just knowing how a steering wheel, an engine, and tires work on their own, and actually assembling the whole car so you can drive it right off the lot.
Moving on to Section 2, Exploring LangGraph. Now, if we're actually going to build this car, we need a factory floor, right? Well, LangGraph is that overarching hub. It's what ties all of our upcoming concepts together. Think of it as the environment where our agents are going to live, breathe, and operate. It gives us that rigid structure we desperately need to manage really complex, cyclical processes. The kind of stuff that simple, linear chains just totally fail at.
Let's jump into Section 3, the 3 core pillars.
To actually unlock our final project today, there are 3 distinct theoretical pillars we absolutely have to master in our Learn module. Those are graph-based agents, state machines, and workflows. Let's break these down one by one so they really click.
First up, graph-based agents. This is a hugely vital piece of the LangGraph ecosystem. So instead of a simple, straight-line execution, which is super limiting, we're giving our agents a dynamic network of interconnected nodes and edges to traverse. And here's a really cool fun fact. This specific graph structure is what literally allows agents to correct their own mistakes. They can loop back and try again, rather than just hitting a dead end and failing. It completely changes how you visualize an agent's thought process.
Next, we have state machines. Now, this begs a pretty massive question. What does it actually take to orchestrate complex logic over time? Well, the answer is state. A state machine basically keeps track of exactly where the agent is in its process at any given moment. Without a state machine, honestly, an AI agent essentially has the memory of a goldfish. But with it, the agent can pause, reflect, and pick up right where it left off. It's an absolute game changer.
And our third pillar brings it all together. Workflows. This is the final theoretical piece that just beautifully bridges the gap between those graph-based agents and our state machines. A workflow is the actual orchestrated path that the agent takes. It's essentially the choreography. So you have the agent capable of navigating a graph, you've got the state machine keeping track of memory and context, and the workflow is the master plan that dictates the exact sequence of operations to hit a really complex goal. Just look at how these concepts linearly build upon one another to unlock our ultimate capability here. I mean, we literally can't define a complex workflow without a state machine to track it, and we definitely can't utilize a state machine effectively without a graph-based agent to execute those actions. It's just this perfect interlocking trinity.
All right, here we go. Section 4, the project, multi-step agent.
This right here is our final goal for today, a multi-step workflow agent. And the best part, you now have the exact tools you need to build this thing. All that theory we just mapped out, we're about to put it to work.
Conceptually, the mechanics of our multi-step workflow look exactly like this. Step 1, we establish and read the state. Then, Step 2, we execute an agent action based entirely on that state. And finally, Step 3 is workflow continuation. That's where the result updates the state, and the cycle either loops back or progresses forward, all based on that graph structure we designed.
Now you might be wondering, why does this all matter? Well, a multi-step workflow agent is basically the gold standard right now. It's how we create AI applications that don't just spit out a single answer to a single prompt. but instead, they independently navigate really complex, multi-stage problems to deliver a highly polished end result. It is incredibly powerful stuff.
So I want to leave you with this. How will you apply today's LangGraph concepts to your own engineering journey? You know the pillars now, and the factory floor is wide open for you. The real magic happens when you take these structured tools and start building something completely uniquely yours. Thank you so much for joining me for day 14 of this explainer, and I seriously cannot wait to see what you engineer next.